riffs, solos, vocals as are demonstrated by my voice, drummy drums, bass. All of those things are on this album. Slash returns with Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators with Living the Dream. I think that's everything. Well, hello there, and welcome to a scintillating car edition of Rambling On. It is far too windy out there. We are a nation under wind. And also, I don't have a physical copy of the album yet, as I've not had a chance to pick it up. But that won't stop me from doing my review of Living the Dream by Slash and Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Now, there is often debate about which number solo album this is from Slash, but to save any mucking about, I'll just say this is the third album that he's done with Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators, and this is the follow-up to 2014's World on Fire. Now, apparently a lot of the songs from this album were actually written during the World on Fire tour, but following that there was a little reunion that went on with some unknown band named Guns N' Roses. I actually went to see them last year. So it's fair to say that Slash has been pretty busy since that time, touring the world, doing ridiculously long 3.5-hour sets to stadiums all over the world, and I think they're making a little bit of money from doing it as well. Slash and the rest of the band got together though at the beginning of this year. They started reworking some of the older songs, and they also started writing some new songs, and we get Living the Dream. Now, we've got 12 songs to get through, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the intro. One thing I do want to say though before I get started, quite often with gifted guitar players, lead guitar players, there's a soullessness. There's a soullessness to quite often some of the songs in that. They're not actually that good songwriters. They're good at doing the wanky solos, but not so good at the songwriting. That is not the case. I think it's fair to say that he's known just as much for his riff writing as he is for his lead playing, and he's pretty much a great all-rounder. And one of the things I really enjoy about his playing, especially on this album, he just plays what's needed and what works for the song. And I think that's admirable when you've got somebody who's been around and is as iconic as he is and is as good as he is. I always love lead guitarists who do that. You know, they don't overstay their welcome. They don't do this whole ego trip thing where they have to have as many minutes of the song taken up by themselves. So, that's that. This is this. That's a phone. And this is the review. Right, so the first track, Call of the Wild. I don't know why I leaned forward there to accentuate what I was saying. And accentuate it I did by explaining it even further afterwards. Straight off the bat, we get this really dirty, sleazy, bluesy ACD sort of ACDC sort of style riff. This pretty much sets the tone for what we're in for the rest of the album. Myles Kennedy sounds absolutely awesome as he does throughout the album, and in this song he warns us on our reliance of technology. It's an aggravation! It's a mystery! So many find their solace in technology. An abomination! It's a new disease! Well, the time has come to power down and breathe. Of course, we get a wonderful little solo from Slash, and as I mentioned earlier on, doesn't overstay his welcome, serves the song, no ego bullshit here. It's all about songwriting. Good start. Next up, Serve You Right. I'm not sure if it should be Serves You Right. And I've got down Serve You Right here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the grammar on that one. Another really dirty, sleazy riff on this one. It's worth mentioning, apparently the album was actually recorded using a lot of digital equipment because the analog side of things was just too expensive. And I think Slash actually finally embraced digital technology. However, you would be hard-pressed to know that, and I'm not sure that I would have actually worked that out unless I'd actually read it in an interview, because it sounds great. It sounds very warm and has that analog feel to it. Also, in a recent interview, I think it was with Total Guitar, he had a bit of a Q&A, and somebody asked him of what he considered to be his weaknesses. And he said about his rhythm playing, and I think this song is actually a good indication of, like, he's a great rhythm player. He's certainly capable of writing a damn good riff, that's for sure. That's for sure. Another really good tune. Next up we have My Antidote. This one starts out with some double palm muted riff hitch, before a clean accompanying guitar line that is reminiscent of, dare I say, Radiohead. Before again going into another riff that's almost reminiscent of You Could Be Mine. Great vocals again, another awesome solo from Slash. I guess I've been defined by my condition. I guess I've been defined by what they want. When paradise becomes your own petition. All there's left to find is a lost cause. Really enjoyed this one, great track. Shit winds are coming. Next song, Mind Your Manners. Really busy opening riff that I really particularly enjoyed. The blues riffs are strong with this one. And I really enjoy Myles' vocals on the chorus in particular on this one. Don't get on my way, stand beside the dark, remember? Times change, I don't need you anymore. No way, no why, I don't need your alibi. So mind your man, just mind your manners now. Another great solo seals the deal on this one, digging it. Next up, the oddly titled Lost Inside the Girl. Things slow down a little more on this one as we get more of a typical ballad. Does beef up a little more in the choruses. Not quite power ballad territory, but also not quite for me either, this one. Not a terrible song, but I following the first 4 songs, this one, yeah, not so much for me. And I feel that I'm lost inside the girl. Want to find your way out of that, mate? When I close my eyes, I'm lost to find the words. Well, open your eyes then. Thus far, my least favourite of the album. But it does have a really nice arpeggio section towards the back of the song as well, which kind of redeemed it a little for me. Being a guitar player myself, you know, I'm not saying I'm any good or anything, but clearly not. You're doing YouTube videos in a car. I have opened the windows to lessen condensation. Not that anyone gives a fuck. Next up, Read Between the Lines. Very sleazy, old school, bluesy riff on this one that I really liked a lot. One of the things I've really enjoyed on this album is a lot of the choruses. Really catchy, really anthemic, and this is no exception. You also get a feeling as well that everybody's having fun. It kind of feels like a lot of the performances are really coming from the heart and from people who are actually really enjoying playing them, playing their instruments, and doing the songs. Next song, Slow Grind. Todd Cairns features prominently on the intro on this one as the bass is shoved up in our face. It's shoved up all in our fucking mitts. I'm a reckless heart. I'm a hard case on my own. Never pay no mind to anything I'm told. Rebellious as fuck. A decent enough tune, but again, yeah, kind of... Next song, The One You Loved Is Gone. We're back into ballad territory on this one, but I preferred this one a lot more to Lost Inside the Girl. I'm a desperate man who longs to stop the aching. I'm a desperate man who longs to find someone who can show me there is joy left for the taking. Who can show me there's a song left to be sung. Not too bad a tune, but a little tinge of the Bon Jovis on this one, I found. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Next track, Driving Rain. Now we're getting back into some of the more riff-based stuff that I really enjoy. Really enjoyed this one. Definite strong sort of early Aerosmith vibe to the riffage on this one as well. Myles Kennedy actually said of this song, lyrically it's a story about somebody who works on the road. It could be a musician. Damn phone. Or it could be a travelling salesman. What's, you know, travelling salesmen are people too, that's fine. What makes it interesting is this guy has an addict girlfriend or spouse who continues to relapse, and she ends up getting him to come home. She's miserable and falls back into bad old habits, and that compels him to head back to her to save the day. I loved the chorus on this one. I can't see the road through the driving rain, but I won't stop now. Her love is calling me home, seems to guide the way, so I won't stop now. I'll go in a minute. I'll go after this. Next track, Sugarcane. Again with the accentuating of the words. Another rockier tune that I really dug. And again, this one comes back to what I was saying earlier about Slash being just such a good all-rounder. Great riffing, great solos. The entire band is pretty damn solid, to be fair. And another awesome chorus. Next up, The Great Pretender. There was a definite Gary Moore vibe on the intro to this one. And a hint of don't cry. Don't cry. Unless something really shit has happened, you know, that makes you cry. Great Pretender, there will come a day when the last song fades and you grow low. Great Pretender you cannot replace, or the love you lost long ago. What is love? And I really love the heavier riff that follows the chorus as well. Once you take your final bow, you're on your own. Great tune, really enjoyed this one. Final song on the album, Boulevard of Broken Hearts. Started out with a riff that was worryingly similar to Eye of the Tiger, before morphing into something that was far more reminiscent of Thunderstruck by the Akdak. Another one with a great chorus. It's time to heed the call. Of all you are, stand up and find resolve on the Boulevard of Broken Hearts. Get a really great solo from Slash again on this one. I just wanted to yet again point out how refreshing it is to have somebody who could so easily take centre stage, who knows when to lay back and when to just serve the song. That's what it's all about with songwriting, serving the song. And I think Slash does that really well on this album. I really enjoyed it. There was a couple of songs that I wasn't so taken with, but overall I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I thought there was some really, really great stuff on here. There was a lot that I really enjoyed. Some rocking riffs, as you would expect. Of course, some ripping guitar solos. Myles Kennedy sounds great throughout the entirety of the album. He just sounds absolutely fantastic. Wonderful vocalist, really great. Stop hitting the fucking chair when I'm doing a review. Great album, real strong album, 8 out of 10, all day of the week. So, what have I got coming up next? Well, I'm hoping my next review is going to be the new Therapy album, Cleave. Loved Therapy back in the day. I haven't heard them for a few years now, but, well, actually I did hear the last album, Disquiet, which was very good. I'm going off topic. And I also want to take a look at the new Voivod album, The Wake, I think it's called. So hopefully I'll get that out towards the end of the week as well, maybe. But, yes, what else have we got? Oh, new Cypress Hill album coming out soon as well. I'll probably take a look at that. And there's all sorts of shiznit as we build up to October 5th, where we have Behemoth, High on Fire. Who else do we have? Coheed and Cambria. And there's also a band called Windhand. Sounds like proper doomy Sabbath worship, stoner type stuff. But I believe David Morrissey, one of my subscribers, let me know about. So if I get a chance, I'd like to review that as well. But that's a couple of weeks away from that anyway. There's plenty more to come out before then. But I've waffled enough. Have I? Have I waffled enough? Have I just skipped through it? Have I just got through this like I do through everything in life? Am I just fucking coasting now? Is that all it is? Is that all it is?